Sweet. We don't have any music here. So you've just got me, everyone. That was like I don't know, not a great transition. But welcome back, everybody. Woohoo! Um, it's Tuesday, and it's been 2 Tuesdays since the last Tuesday we did this. Even though um I feel like there was a time skip, so I don't know about all of you, but I'm pretty sure we just finished watching episode 1 of our Moonshade Isle Castle of Skulls, and I don't know about you again, but I thought it was pretty amazing. Especially I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm just gonna remove that so I stop looking at it. Uh, so I hope that you are all super excited after watching episode 1 to tune back in and see a little bit more put together production tonight. We've been working hard, shaking out the gremlins, uh, virtually shaking Spencer, who's not a gremlin, but I don't know, felt like he needed to be shaken. While Ted and I have been at PAX Unplugged. Spencer claims to be a hobbit. So, I don't know. I thought I was the hobbit, or maybe I'm a Kender. I think I did a pretty good job role playing Kender. For those of you who were there to witness that performance. Um, so yeah. Anyways, welcome back, and thank you for everyone who's here. So I don't know. I kind of want to hear a little bit from you all first about what you're most excited to see happen. If you can remember. If you can't remember, don't worry. One of our very talented players is going to give a recap shortly after we get into the meat and the potatoes, as it were, since we're into hobbits, of this stream tonight. Um, but if you've got story items where you're just like, oh God, I loved this thing that happened before, I'd love to hear that from you right there. Aside from that, we're going to do the stream, and we are once again going to do a giveaway. So I hope everyone's excited for that, and we'll be a little bit more timely tonight to get everyone into bed or off to their other games or wherever it is that you all go. I know we've got a couple of the cast, or at least Gwen. Hi, Gwen, in chat. So, yeah, uh, we're super excited. All right, with that, let's see. Yeah, with that, I am going to pop you right back over to that starting soon for just a second as I queue up our intro, and then Paul's gonna kick it off. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. I don't see any naysayers there. So that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do, and we will return momentarily. Seriously this time. With yeah, no naysayers here. Those were all nilbogs, and we got rid of them. But yeah. All right. So thank you once again for tuning in. I'm Jenny Loveday, you're the executive producer of this stream, and I'm super excited. All right, this is going to be episode 2. Here we go.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2. Look at that. We made it to episode 2 of Moonshay Isles Castle of Skulls. And now it's time for us to go back and see what happened. All right. But before we start playing again, if this is your first time watching, joining in, you should go back to episode 1, watch it, and come back. It's really good. I heard 5 stars. I'm your dungeon master, Paul Gabbett, DM Paul G in social media. I am one of the new storyline coordinator for Baldman Games and the Moonshay Isles, together with Savannah, the magnificent Savannah. And right now, if you're new here, or actually if you want to know more about the Moonshay Isles, then this is the perfect place to be, I think. and we'll also make sure that if since Baldman Games will be releasing adventures, new Moonshay Isle adventures, premiering in Winter Fantasy next year. Make sure you be there if you can. Then this is the perfect jumping point, because again, this can get you hyped up. I promise you that. And enough about me. Enough about what BMG does for the Moonshay Isles. I think what needs a spotlight here right now are our magnificent players. So we can go ahead and let's see. You can go start with Jess, and then you pass it along to someone else when you're done.
Snap. I'm Jess Penley, and I am playing Riska, the half-orc barbarian, with just enough lycanthropy to make her a total badass.
Nice.
That's pretty much my whole deal. And I'm going to pass it off to...
Did Riska do leg day?
What?
Did she do leg day?
Riska never misses leg day, and that goblin, I think, realizes that now. So I believe where we left off, I'm the goddess of legs. So let's just leave.
Okay. That's right. Okay, noted. Who's next? Sorry.
I'm going to pop it off to Todd.
Hi, I'm Todd Shreve. I'm playing Jean de Mole, Dragonborn Lord, who is absolutely petrified of violence or taking any part in it. Just here to write a bunch of things down. And I'm going to pass this one off to Gwen.
Hi, I'm Gwen Marshall, and I am playing Ariane Wynn, a fairy wizard, Order of the Scribes, with a little annoying spirit of my mentor Flamsterd, who follows me around and criticizes me.
Who do you want to go next?
I would like to pass it to, well, I was going to say Edwina, but I suppose I should say Chris.
Hello, I am Chris Gideon. I am playing Edwina. In a summation, a try hard with a heart of gold.
Horrible.
Which just leaves Graham, I think.
Yeah. Hi, Graham Ward, he, him. I'm playing Luke McKeon, who is the Moonshay local and a bard searching for the heart and the meaning behind everything, trying to replace something he lost.
All right. And for those who don't remember what happened last time, I'm sure our players know exactly what happened. It's still there in their mind somewhere. And is there anybody here who wants to give a recap of what happened previously for an inspiration? For this session.
You know what? I'm gonna take that just in case you do any more charisma saves at me. So let me take this one.
Awesome. Oh, we have notes. All right.
Yeah, I'm a note taker. Okay, so our story began with our adventurers convening over breakfast as they have all made their way to the city of Cork to help rebuild a road from Cork to the nearby town of Horst. We've been working together about 3 weeks or so, and we're staying at this inn, and this merchant slash venture capitalist douchebag has hired us to make sure that the road gets built. So the party in exchange has been kind of like living on his dollar and just living as well as possible. And Edwina volunteered the party. Sorry, guys, to also help out these carpenters who are trying to build a watchtower, if I remember correctly, or
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
They're getting attacked by giant dogs, which to me seems like a city issue. I don't know why that hasn't been taken care of, but whatever. I'm not here to criticize. So we agreed to do both. So we go to fix the road, but we go down there and there's this orc who has been charmed by these goblins, and they're trying to bust up the road for reasons we don't exactly know. And then let's see, the orc gave the party this scroll that had this not at all ominous poem or something written on it. And I believe it was Arianwin who recognized some trickery afoot that may share a signature with her mentor. So there's something happening there. We do indeed have a goddess of legs in the form of Riska.
That's very important. Yeah,
Adriana definitely does not have a crush on, so nobody ask. And Luke is a wonderful singer. We also discovered that in combat. Voice of an angel. I think that's the important stuff, right? Did I hit all the highlights?
Perfect. That's more than enough. All right.
Great.
And you deserve that inspiration. And yes. So we go back to the work site, right? And to find out what will happen next after you receive the scroll. So, well, before we start, I want to ask, are you all ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Absolutely.
Off the Sword Coast, beyond the Sea of Swords, lie the Moonshae Isles, home to magic and legacy. The Isles were recently threatened with destruction by a mysterious figure from the past, wielding the power of a vengeful god. Now, as her people rebuild and alliances are reforged, the Moonshae Isles play host to a new group of aspiring heroes. We turn now to the Isle of Moray in the small village of Cork, where our story begins.
Okay, let's do it. So we're back at the work site. Some dead nailbugs. Yatur the orc is back to the Orcskull Mountains. Aryan Win, you look at this scroll. There's magic in it, and that magic, part of it, is very similar to Flamsterd's arcane power. And do you remember what's written on the scroll for our viewers?
I do. So, well, first, Ariska translated because it's an orc, but I also did a little comprehending of the languages, and it says there's some words missing. So it says, as I bathe in High King's blood, the path to something, something, chalice of life, something, something will reveal itself. And I noticed that, I don't know, maybe it's the way that annoying curlicue at the end of the sentence is like such a Flamstered thing. He's so showy, doesn't like to act like it. And then he seemed to, my little Flamstered spirit seemed to be made uncomfortable by this.
Yes, very uncomfortable and just very silent at the moment as well.
Well, that's a blessing.
So are you saying this was written then by your mentor?
Well, he's been around for a while. Wizards. We like to,
I
stick
didn't think
around.
wizards did a bunch of blood bathing, though. That seems like more of a hardcore thing to do.
Well, he's
Mm.
not saying, "Oh, yeah, it is an I first person thing." I don't know. Maybe it's like we have to bathe the scroll in blood. Like it's the I, the scroll, bathe me in blood, and I'll reveal. Because there's this big blank spot.
There's like goblin blood everywhere if you're looking for
Doesn't
blood.
sound
So
like High King's blood. That's like,
yeah,
that
trash blood.
is that like a Fey King of the King Court thing?
Mm.
Well, there is a High King of the Folk. I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Do you think he'd let us borrow some of his blood? Probably not.
Enough
I
to bathe in
doubt
to
it.
get a lot.
I mean, his blood's been shed quite a bit.
Oh.
The house.
Oh, wait, does that work in our advantage, or
I
are you
don't
just be
follow
giving it away that freely
politics.
then?
I've been in the library for the past 30 years, so I don't know. We have a king?
Well, most people like to keep their blood inside of them. So do we have maybe a plan B or?
Is High King's blood like perhaps it's like a metaphor for something? I don't know.
Oh
Because
yeah,
the
like the
question
wine
is-
was called blood wine, but it's not real blood. It's just like thick wine. Yeah.
Well, for those who want to know about the High King, or if you know anything about the High King history, you can roll a history check. And Luke, you get an advantage because, again, you're local.
Risk is gonna let the brain trust work on this
that's
one.
Not,
and-
I'm not
yeah, I'm just gonna
be
hang
able
out.
to add anything here.
Strong
Yeah.
moral support.
17.
11.
11.
16.
Okay. 16. Okay. Those that got 13 or higher, you remember, at least after staying here in Cork for 10 days, and with Lou, since you've been here, you know that after the events of what is called the Slain and the War of the Rose and Shadow, right now, House Kendrick, that is the name Kendrick, that is an important name to remember here in the Moonshays, because the High King Kendrick, that is the one that rules over the folks of the Moonshay Isles. And the current High King right now is High King Darid Kendrick. High King Darid Kendrick. There you go. Who's married to Queen Kefre Kendrick as well. And they right now the House Kendrick is staying at the island of Alaron, more specifically at Cair Caladir. So if you're looking for High King's blood, that's gonna be a long travel, because right now Alaron is one of the eastern islands in the Moonshay Isles. Right now you're in Moray, which is in the west. So
I have a history question. I know this piece of paper is like super old. Okay, so I'm talking in character. This paper's really old, so would Arianwen know that? I just realized I don't need to do that. Like, have the folk been here? Like, has there been a High King of the folk as long as as old as this paper? There wasn't like a different kind of king many years ago when this was written, was there? Or is it probably? Oh yeah, it's probably referring to the High King of the folk.
Lug, what did you get again on your history check?
16.
16. Okay. You know that millennia ago, there's already a High King. Actually, the first High King of the folk is High King Kimrick Hugh. And that was, at least again, more than a millennia ago. You can't really get exact date unless you spent a long time studying it constantly. But you know at least that it's been more than a millennia that since the first High King was reinstated here in the Moonshay Isles. So yeah, that part is present. So the fact that this scroll is at least 1,000 years old, seeking High King's blood, and the fact that there was actually High King during that time, it makes sense.
Well, the stories say that the Kendrick line is an old one, so it's been around at least as long as this scroll, I would say.
Hmm. Do you think we need like the High King or just like one of the Kendricks?
Well, I kind of think a
Cousin
question
nobody
might
would
be,
miss.
do we want to give the scroll what it wants? Because it's possible this was made by enemies of House Kendrick, and it could hurt the Moonshades.
Who doesn't want a chalice of life, though? I mean, that sounds kind of nice.
Do we know it's Chalice of Life? There's a lot of yada 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 around life.
Hmm.
Do we know of any Chalice history? I'd like to rub a couple coins together and bring out Bernhard as well and ask him and the group collectively. Anybody, any notes, any history about any legends about a Chalice that anybody can remember?
Anybody that wants to roll a history check again, I'll let you do that if you remember.
Ooh. Sorry. 27.
27. All right.
15.
15. Yeah, with a 15,
27's fine. She can
yeah, nothing really comes to mind that's related to the Moonshade Isles history. And with a 27, Aryan win. Flamstered, when you were with Flamstered, during your being an apprentice to him, obviously he has dwelled and started studying different artifacts. A lot of them native to the Moonshade Isles. A lot of them are not even artifacts for him because he knows them. But no chalice has come to mind. If it is, then this is something. This is definitely something of high value. Something that will be not easily revealed, even for someone like yourself who is close to a powerful wizard that has, been part of the Moonshade Isle history. If that information was not shared to you, then this is something that only people like High Kings would know. Or at least the royal family, or at least those close to it. So the fact that this information ended up with an orc tribe that's staying in the Orkskill Mountain, something has happened down the line.
Well, I will share this information. So I don't know, but this is like not a thing. And this is like gotta be like some sort of kingly secret or something. Why it's in, no offense, orc, and on a thing that what? Because the High Kings are like not orcs, so that's I don't. Yeah.
That seems
You're not
strange.
feeling holding on to that scroll this long. You're not feeling any kind of destroy thoughts any more than normal. That is.
I mean, Flamster keeps telling me to use fireballs all the time, but
That's
other
normal.
than that, that's pretty normal.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Just checking in. Just
Here,
checking in.
if you'd like to hold it, I'm pretty sure I don't need it now.
Absolutely not.
Anyone? I mean, the orc didn't have any trouble giving it away. Here you go.
I touched it for a moment, and it's fun.
I understand. It's paper scary.
Now we've all touched that. It's been passed around a little bit.
Yeah, if we're cursed, we're all cursed. So I say whatever.
All right. So who has the scroll now?
Luke will take it. I'll put it in an empty scroll case.
All right. Just give me a second, Luke.
You are from the Isles, after all.
You're a folk. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no! Whoops.
Awesome. It went to the one person it should have.
Okay.
I mean, it could be
13.
Ooh.
13. Okay.
A lot of the High King could be very broad, like the people.
When you take the scroll, you felt someone touching your hand. And everybody else surrounding you has disappeared. The work site, the environment has changed. Right now, you're just in a grassy field. And in front of you, that's holding your hand in place of the scroll. Describe to me the love of your life.
Holding my hand would be a tall woman, about 6'2", kind of bearing of a warrior, and she is actually a Northlander from Norheim, with like kind of flaxen blonde hair and lots of freckles. And yeah, we know each other well. Her name is Moradane. And Lou is just astonished. I'll kind of let my mouth hang open for a moment and say, "Is this real?"
And you can feel the firm grip on your hand, something that's been so long since you felt the sensation. And she kind of goes a bit cheeky on you and says, "Did you grow a bit taller?"
I'm sure that's not true. But if you asked
Yes.
it of me, I'd do it. Where am I?
I don't know. The next thing, I was preparing our food for lunch, and then we're here. And why are you looking at me like that? And then she's just confused. Is it for her? You can tell already that this is like an ordinary day, but the way you look at her, confused, there's a sense of longing, and she's like, "Are we? Did I do something wrong? I told you I cannot boil potatoes on time. All right,
Moradin,
that is
you died. You were killed by the armies of the slain.
the who?
It's been 3 years.
Look, Lou, look at me. Look up. Just grabs your head, just to look up at her face. You really think I can be killed by a person? Potatoes, yes. We'll both die choking eating hard potatoes. But someone in a sword fight, me, never. Okay?
It,
But
it seems like you, but I know by my senses that what you're saying isn't true. You were on the walls of Carcaladir when it was taken.
you know what? And then she goes back. This is all nonsense. And she starts to go back to like now the scenery changes. Like you're inside your home. Everything just feels familiar. She tries to go back to like a cauldron, try to cook, boil something. Obviously has some potatoes in it. But then the next thing you know, instead of all this food that she's cooking or boiling, she's holding a cup. Here, you know what? Just have a drink. If I die, just drink this, and then it's as if it never happened. Okay? I'll always be here. Remember. And then she holds your hand again. Do you remember this feeling? Can you remember? Can you, the pressure that I'm applying on your hand? Can you
I
sense it?
remember.
All right. And then she moves her hand to your cheek, her fingers just gently tracing your jawline, and then moving her thumb on your lip. I'm here. I'm not going to go away. But if you're scared, holds up cup in front of you. Just drink, and I'll be here. And then, do you take the cup or just let it happen?
I'll take it. Am I able to cast a spell?
You can, yes.
I'd like to take it in my hand and cast Identify.
All right. You're about to complete your spell Identify. And when you do, you know that the one that you're holding is enveloped by an enchantment spell. Oh, sorry, conjuration spell. And then the cup doesn't feel like a cup anymore because the one that you're holding is a scroll, an old scroll. The one that you cast Identified in is a scroll and not a cup. And now you look around and you see Aryan Wynn, John, Edwina, Riska, and then the work site.
And I'm just
John-
like white as a sheet.
John would be right there trying to like hold him by his head, shaking him, going, Riska's making potatoes for lunch. Why are you waking up? Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up.
I'm sorry. I was caught away somewhere. It was like a vision or something. I saw the chalice.
That's good. right? Now
I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's good. Um, uh,
Oh.
there was someone there, someone I know, and she told me that if I took it and I drank it, that that my loss would go away. I,
Hmm.
I don't know what it means, and I don't know if I can trust it. But do I get the effective identify on the scroll? I can't hear Paul. Can
I
anyone?
lost Paul. Yeah.
Sorry, there you go. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on mute. I'm stupid. But yes, you do. Yeah, you do sense again the conjuration part of it, and also enchantment as well. And when you cast
I learned.
identify,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
well, yeah, there's not a spell on it, but the magic here, um, is um it shows you the path to any folk that touches it. um it also since you can't identify that if this scroll is exposed to the king, the blood of the high king, or at least royal blood of the folk, then the path to get to that chalice or whatever that item that you were seeing in your vision, you will know how to get there. But you don't sense what you're identifying. You don't sense any malice. You sense that this is obviously a very rare, very powerful artifact. Can make you wealthy as well. Can make you, if it can bring back people to life as how you explained it, if that can make people immortal, it's gonna be a priceless item.
So after a moment of standing there with my hand trembling, I'll wipe away some tears and say, "We need to go find that chalice. This is a good thing, something that will help the Moonshays.
Oh, I mean,
You okay?
It
I
can
mean, but
bring
this
us.
road is also very important.
It can bring us happiness, wealth, restoration of life. Who knows everything that this chalice could do? But this map will take us there. We just need the High King's blood." And I swear I didn't know I was going to say that when I started this sentence.
No
Oh.
problem then. High King's blood. I mean, everybody's just run across some High King blood. It's all over the place, right?
I mean, we could settle for a nephew or niece.
Did I have a question? What I mean, if this is all that powerful, you could probably just ask the High King, and he might also want to use it. I don't know. Did he lose anybody?
It's not a bad thought.
Mhm.
The slain talk took a lot of people, you know.
So, if this is as important as you say to like your people and to the Moonshay and everything, if you like tell important people about it, isn't there a chance that they'll just take it from you
Hmm.
so that you can't use it or find it yourself? I mean, not saying that you're not like an amazing individual or anything, but people who have like a lot of power typically like to really keep that to themselves. So that's just.
But if we were the ones to find it, so maybe we do need to come up with a pretext for access to the blood.
Yeah.
Again,
And maybe
I don't
it's,
think I'd be saying that.
maybe it's like Arwen said. Maybe it's like, oh, not as literal. Maybe the blood can be inside of the body, and you just got to touch it like you did.
Well, I think, based on the magical reading that I got off of it, that the blood itself would need to touch it. I think. Is that
Yeah,
accurate, Paul?
So we got to get that
Yep.
blood out.
Yep. And yeah, you can easily tell. No need to roll that. If any other folk touches it, then they would also get this clue and might go after the same thing, right? So
we need to keep it safe.
Keep it in
Yeah.
that tube, please. Don't touch it anymore. You went your eyes went in the back of your head for a moment.
You cried a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
It was kind of awkward. Is this like
All
a
right.
one usey thing? You think it's like one person gets to do the chalicey job, or like can we take turns? It's like how much?
It's a
Yeah.
powerful artifact, but that's all it's able to pick up.
Okay.
So I imagine It could be done more than once. Otherwise, why would it be preserved? Someone would have
do you
used it.
But do you have to bloodlet every time?
It's a lot of blood.
I
Well,
think the
he-
bloodletting is just to find it.
So once, and then take good notes that time in case it
But what if
disappears,
the
and we don't have to
chalice
do it
itself
again.
also requires a sacrifice? I don't.
It's
I'm
possible.
not.
That's
You know,
that's
I
the
don't-
yada yada that I'm worried about.
Mm.
Mhm.
It might be a chalice of something else that wants a sacrifice.
And
of
what if
life.
just a little bit of blood is not enough? What if it needs to be, just a lot of blood? Oh, the dogs! Oh, we forgot about the dogs.
All right. Yeah, it's actually past noon already. Past yeah. So
We're gonna start running back in the direction of the watchtower.
There she goes again. Not again. Oh, she's
I'll be
Er-
back. I'll be back.
Well, I mean, it's not like we can do any more work here because the workers left, and I mean, I'm not going to lift that stuff. You guys can, so
I guess we're calling it for the day then. Great. Okay.
I mean,
we'll
Whiska
do-
certainly can, but I'm not.
all right, you clock out. You go back to the town. Edwina, you want to go to the watchtower? Are you following
Yeah.
Edwina, or you're going back to the inn? Are we splitting the party?
I mean, I don't think we can
Well,
let
I mean,
Edwina go fight a bunch of giant
follow.
dogs by herself.
Yeah, I'll follow Edwina.
Okay. So you go there. You go to the watchtower. The workers here sees you all. Oh, hey. Welcome back. I didn't get your name. I'm sorry.
Give me a second. I sprinted the whole way here. Hold on a second.
Right.
Okay, hold on.
Uh,
Edwina's
oh,
my
you
name.
okay? They give you like a
My name is Edwina.
water.
No, I'll throw up if you
Edwina,
get out of
okay.
my face. Yes, Edwina. The dogs, giant dogs. You said something about giant dogs.
Oh, for some reason there are no dogs attacking at the moment. You can see we've been very productive. We've added, and then they tell you like they completed like a whole section of the
That's very
watchtower.
good for you. That's very good for you.
But
I'm
we
very happy.
can, if you want to help out, we have some. I don't know if you can lift some rocks and planks for us. That'll be great. We'll pay you. We have at least 8 silver pieces for your whole group.
Ooh, about
Um,
that.
So could my friends will be here in a matter of seconds. Can we just act like there was a giant dog and I just scared it away? They're gonna really and I'll help you lift for free. Just don't tell them, you gotta I want them to think I'm cool. Okay, here they come. Act cool. And then turn around. You missed it. There was a very legitimate and convincing, giant dog situation. No
just like
longer there.
A big
Is-
regular dog, or was it special?
Oh, it was
Did, like,
so
6
quick.
legs,
It
Fuck.
ran
5.
what?
I mean,
legs.
oh,
Risky, we've never
it's hard
seen
to
any
see
with
because it
6
was
eggs. That's
moving
not a
so fast.
ooh.
It was hard to see. We should go back to town. I might hang out for a little bit just in case it comes back. We should go back to town and just hang out. It's fine.
Well, if this is a
Insight.
strange species of dog, I mean, 5 or 6 legs, that might not be a dog. It could be something much more dangerous. So I should
You're
stay just to help you
right.
identify the species and know what to do about it. Perhaps I could study its
Yes.
behavior.
Yes.
Might be
Oh, no,
looking for a
I-
mate.
You also look really
Yeah.
winded, so I don't know if you're going to be able to take those dogs when they come back.
I'm a little
So
worried about
All of
that.
those things are legitimate responses to the true story I just told. So yes,
Mm,
let's.
I
yes,
don't know.
true
but-
story.
And I'm gonna throw up just off the side of the road. For running.
That's commitment.
And at this point, again, the workers are not really good at acting. They try their best, but they go
fine.
look. They know money talks, so we have 8 silver pieces that you can split 5 ways if you help us, finish our work for today.
Um,
Wow,
I
that's
Wow.
5/8 of a silver is
Hmm?
yeah, we were here more to fight dogs. So if that's kind of out of the picture now, we
think-
probably have better stuff that we could be doing.
Yeah, Edwina fought like those.
Yeah,
huge
sure.
eight le-
Let's say
Oh.
yes to the inn for some celebratory drinks. I will meet you there. I'm
Yeah,
just
there's not
gonna
a lot
do
of
some more
signs of
push-ups.
Battle around here. I thought it would be more signs of.
They ran before. They were so obviously
Oh,
scared
yes.
by my demeanor because I'm very intimidating and cool.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So
Yeah,
That's
that rings.
what happened. I'm in a cold sweat. I'm the worst liar. There's no deception check even that's gonna happen. It's very obvious what happened.
Of course, you did pat on the shoulder there. You did very, very
Oh,
good there, Edwana.
thank you.
Scared them right away. Yes, we should go and
Ariane
move
Wynn is
on.
now looking at the workers like, which one is your boyfriend? I mean, what's the big deal?
Oh, I mean, I'm single. One of the carpenters. I mean, I do a good job. I can build you a house in no time. Just,
Oh,
and that just escalated quickly.
Wow.
I mean, what do you
and
think of
we do not
mine?
have time for you to build a future here. We were just trying to kill some wolves, which you did not let us do. Remember, you scared it off.
Mm-hmm.
And they go
So
as
we're going to go.
yeah. If since you've scared off the dogs for today, we could just reconvene tomorrow. Maybe more dogs will show up with more legs.
Yes, Edwana. How many more dogs do you think are going to show up?
Well, there's just no telling, since we don't know much about. I'm gonna just start murmuring off and like walking off towards the town.
What was that? I
Yeah.
didn't get that for my notes. Oh,
And one of the carpenters kind of reaches out for his hand and just kind of talks to himself. And yeah, if you have free time, I guess not. All right. He just turns around, grabs his hammer, and goes back to working.
poor dude. Ouch.
Okay. So you go back to the Trader's Bed Inn. And here you are greeted happily by Rilsa, the proprietor of the inn, and goes and says, should I prepare some hot water for bath, or would you like me to serve you food right now? More wine, perhaps. Aryanwin, we have some blood
Yes.
wine. Yes.
Wine and a bath, because that was very hard work.
Food.
Okay.
The whole work, the whole deal.
They were lifting a lot. It made me very sweaty.
Okay. Well, it might take a little while for us to heat some water, and she knows this is going to be expensive. Wasting water for a bath, but it's okay because somebody else is paying for it. And while you're here, again, you see familiar face, brown hair, tan skin, brown eyes, all the jewelry that he's wearing, and again, that necklace with a 5 square gold medallion pendant. Cantos Earner is here. He's furious. And he goes, there was no progress on the road.
That is
today.
absolutely not true. We got some progress done. Work got interrupted by crazy orcs.
And we kind of did what we were supposed to do, which is we got rid of those goblins. So
we
we're
worked right up until then, and the other workers that you hired all bailed right then. We were ready to go and keep going once we had dealt with the very threat that came towards your road. They were very destroy, and we stopped that. So first, you're welcome. Second, it's the end of the day. We did everything we were supposed to do for the day, and we came back before nightfall, so we were out of trouble.
Hey,
What more do you want, sir?
Yeah, and hey, Cantos. Is there any reason why people would want to stop the road?
Oh,
Is that like a thing? Is it like a big deal?
He looks at Lug, and then looks back at everyone. I don't know. Would people here not want us to build roads? Aren't we trying to improve the lives of people in this island?
Well, I'm sure a road would benefit the people of the Moonshays, whether they came from another land to profit off of the people here or otherwise. And he'll just give kind of a passive-aggressive smile.
Yes. And he goes, again, profit from the people here, people from my homeland. It doesn't really matter as long as there's profit. That's what matters. And
I thought the people mattered. I thought that's what the people or the
and
profit.
of course, that's part of that. That's part of that. But again, Stop distracting me.
This is
Your
not.
job.
You're distracting us. You're using the two different words.
Your job is to fend off any creature that might be endanger our workers so that they can continue working. They did not continue.
That is not
working.
our fault. They ran away. We said don't run away, but they were already running away while we were dealing with the threat. So maybe hire workers that have a stronger pair, a little more fortitude.
Or maybe look at it in the way that you didn't lose a single worker, so now you don't have to retrain people. You don't have to bring more people in. So I mean, that's kind of efficient, right?
We didn't hire these people. This is on you.
We're not.
You want some pie?
The pie is great.
Yes.
Did you order another melon pie?
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep those bad boys coming.
Rilsa just kind of shrugs a bit, just goes back. And then pours another glass of blood wine on your cup, Aryan Wen. Yep. And oh my, what are we doing here? Yes, you know what? It's my fault. It's my fault for hiring not one, but 2 bards that can't even make the people stay on the road.
Kantos, if you're not happy with the work we're doing, then you can find someone else to do it. But if you're not gonna fire us, get the hell out of here.
Stunned for a few seconds.
And you still haven't thanked us for saving all of your workers and the road and the work that was done, because it was about to be a big setback. So yeah, get stunned. Step back.
He's trying to find the right words for it.
Barge. You come at us. We work together.
He's like, I'm union, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right? We might not be working in the same department, but we are definitely on the same team here. So I'm going to need you to relax a little bit. We couldn't keep them there. You couldn't keep a team from just having the cojones to stand back while the real team, the A team here, did all of the fighting, the protecting, and the work. They couldn't even stand around for that, and you're all giving us attitude? My boy here is right. Back up.
I'm just gonna throw out too, maybe it's a good idea that people who can't fight and single mothers and stuff probably shouldn't be around an active battle because they would get murdered. So it might have actually been a good thing that they weren't there, Maybe there's a whistle we can blow next time, bring everybody back in, but I think this time was probably pretty good, really.
And I mean, anyway, guys, I think we actually have something better to do now. We've learned a lot. Blood. Yeah, we need a lot of blood.
And anyway,
first of all, yeah. What's this? Oops. Yeah. First of all, Todd, you gain an inspiration for breaking the dungeon master. And second, Riska, when you mention single mother or anything, you see a familiar face just behind Kantos and Mina, Kantos' assistant. And this is Lysa, the one who asked, to help her son train with this. Yeah. Exactly. But you know what? You want me to find other people that can manage and actually complete the road? Fine, I will. But you cannot leave until I find a replacement. It's part of what we agreed on, right, Mina? And then she's just agreeing to Kantos, but looking at you, shaking his head, But yes, and one more thing. Yes, no, I know you have a lot to say, John. But you know what? Again, I'm tired of dealing with these bards. Again, I will never hire a bard again.
Oh, okay. Thank God for that. I'm going to be at such a loss not being hired at you with all of your fancy necklaces. So, I mean, ooh. You know what? As a matter of fact, I don't think I care about your contract very much anymore. So here's what I want you to do right at this very moment. I want you to decide, do you want us here working on your road, protecting your assets, or we have another offer. We can piss off right now, out of your hair until we need you again.
We do? Do we? Where'd the other offer come from?
Just shut the fuck.
Oh, sorry.
You still haven't paid what with your work, with whatever you have spent here. You
Oh no,
have
this is on your coin. I still don't care about any of that. We've done plenty of work on that road for you. You
Anyway.
could go out there and see the bodies for yourself.
Lysa told me that after you defeated these measly goblins that, I don't know, very easy for you to fend off.
It's
What?
Never mind.
What? These goblins, one of those monsters from the mountains gave you something. Lysa, you saw that, right? And then, like, Lysa just hands together, just nods, and
I'd like
yeah,
to
it was
try,
an orc thing. You probably wouldn't get it.
I'd like to try sleight of hand and pull out
Sure.
a different scroll case that looks similar enough to the other one,
Mhm.
and kind of hold that and say, "You mean this?"
Okay. What did you roll?
Let's see.
Actually, let me roll here as well.
That's a 16.
Do you have 16 total?
Yep.
All right. He looks at it and says, "Well, what's this? What did that monster give you?" And then he unrolls it, and what's the content of the scroll?
Let's
First
see.
of all, that's kind of an ugly word. He's very lovely, I would say. I didn't understand, anything that was being said,
Yeah,
but
he was kind of soft. But he was
nice.
a great dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there to destroy my road. Is he
He was under
not?
the influence of fey magic. So
Oh, come on, it's just this details. This doesn't matter. This
I'm
is
not
your
hearing
job.
a decision.
Yeah.
So let's say that the scroll or parchment that's inside that case is notes on like indigenous folk music from the island of Moray, which might include a reference or two. It's probably not ironclad, but a reference or two to orc songs.
He looks at the scroll, is like, "What is this useless thing?" And then looks
It's
at
part of
Lysa.
my
Is
music research.
this the one that the orc gave them? And Lysa just tells them that she doesn't know what were the contents is. She's far away. She's just, trying to witness the battle from afar. And I guess that's it. There's only one scroll, so you know what?
There you have it.
He goes, "This is your last night here," Cantus tells you. "I will not accept that kind of attitude. If you want to go, go." Yeah. Yes, John.
Bye.
All right. And then he takes a slice of the melon pie. You know what? No, not the slice. He drops the slice on the table. He grabs the whole thing, the rest of it.
Wait, can I, because I have the sentinel feet and we're about to quit our jobs anyway, can I just reach out lightning fast, faster than I've moved ever, and snatch his wrist? That is not very nice, sir.
Roll me attack with advantage.
Oh,
yes.
she
Let's see how this
Oh,
will
sir,
this
she
will
gets
play out.
very, very hangry.
You gonna take
You
pie
should
right out
not
of my
have done
face?
that.
I don't think so. With advantage, an unarmed strike,
Yes.
that's a 25.
25. Ow! And he basically squeezed like a bracelet, gem inlaid bracelet while grabbing his arm. And
That's not very nice.
I'm gonna
Wouldn't do
lean over
that.
to John's ear and go, "Edwina's pretty hot, right?"
I was wondering if you had something for her. We no time. We
Yeah.
gotta talk about it later.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm missing this, but I'm so laser focused on this pie right now.
yeah, and you can hear it, Riska, behind you, like the table behind us. Edwina's pretty hot, right? the same thing. But excuse me,
What if
you
we-
want me to send the whole Omnian fleet here for what you're doing to me right now? Don't you know who I am? I'm a
Well,
well-renowned merchant of
yes.
Ooh.
You're also a pie thief, which in this moment makes you very dishonorable. So I would just give it back. You go on your merry way. We'll go on our merry way, despite the fact that we have, I believe, fulfilled your contract terms up to this point. and you are changing the game in the middle because you are not liking that you are not getting everybody bending to your will. And I understand that. But let's leave the pie out of it. That's all I'm saying.
You can see the fear in his eyes, but he wants to remain, in power. It's like, and he's trying to figure out. You could clearly tell he's trying to figure out a way to settle that without him getting beaten up by.
What if I said please and then you look good, but I still get the pie?
If you say please, I will leave this melon pie here, and we'll be done for tonight. I don't want to see your faces anymore.
I'll squeeze his wrist really hard.
Then you see
Please.
here like
And I
he
will take
drops
my
the
pie
pie. Yes, and he leaves. And then he just murmurs to himself, like, I'm the one paying for that. How am I stealing it? God damn it. He just storms off the
Yeah.
inn.
And after he leaves, Ariane when finally lets go of the iron grip she had on the bottle. It's like, okay.
And yeah, with this at this point, you have a moment of time for yourself. But um Lou, what's your passive? Actually, what's is there anyone here that has a 18 or higher passive perception?
17.
23.
So 23. John, you definitely know when Lug switched the scrolls. But then when you look back as to where the real scroll should be, it's not there anymore.
Mother.
And you look at the table behind Lug or next to Lug, and you see a big round table could probably fit like 5, 6 people there, but only one person is sitting there. Hood on, a green cloak, well made, but it's just there sipping a cup of dandelion wine.
Lou, check your pockets real quick. I don't think your trick worked. Okay, don't look, don't turn around. Edwana, right here. You're both with me. Don't turn around. The guy behind you is like super creepy. Hood up, drinking his stuff, total brooding vibe. I love it, by the way.
It's like the next table, so you could probably hear what you're saying.
I'm trying to keep this on the DLO between these guys because very, very much, but just like don't look like you're looking, but I'm pretty sure that dude's got your shit to your stuff.
A thief?
You've slighter hands than Luke has.
Should I grab him?
Let's turn around and have a conversation. Maybe if we all do it at once, it's really intimidating.
As you turn around to try to talk to this person, I think this is a good time for us to take a quick break.
You're also right. But I'm very upset about it.
All right. Let's take a quick break and do some announcements. All right. See you in a bit, everyone.
Awesome.
All right. welcome back to Moonshade Isles, Castle of Melon Pie. I mean, Castle of Skulls. Uh,
Get out of my
talking
head!
a lot about melon pies, but yes, we're back. Uh, right now, we are still our party is still inside the Trader's Bed Inn. After their encounter with Cantos and rage quitting their job, I'm assuming. And now, after all that talk, John DeMol realized that the scroll that the real scroll from Yatur that Lube is holding on to is missing. But you could trace it. The only suspicious one here is that cloak figure in this big round table, sitting alone, sipping a cup of dandelion wine.
And anybody that drinks dandelion wine is highly suspicious automatically. So
Hey.
everything else is fine.
Well, should we
Okay,
confront
we'll
Vigo
just
here?
turn around. I guess we just gotta go for this and just we'll go on 3. 1, 2. Hey, mister,
Are you a thief?
have
Wait, what were we gonna? Did we agree? What we didn't say? What we were gonna
No,
say?
that was good. That
No,
was
we
in
didn't-
line
no,
with
just-
what I was thinking.
No, we gotta stop. We gotta let him. Hi, excuse us. You took our stuff.
This person pulls down its cloak, its hood, and you see its long, wavy brown hair just starts flowing down from her head, and you see that very clear blue eyes, almost like does it sparkle? Can it spark? It looks like it's sparkling, and she goes to you. She has that fierce look. She looks like she's been on some adventures. She's seen some stuff, you know. She has that strong look on her face. She looks at it's human, yes. She looks at Riska. Then and then to the rest, and goes, a thief, me. Why would you say that? And then looks at you, Adrina. That is accusing me of falsely accusing me. You know that I can report you to the.
I didn't accuse you. I asked you, are you a thief? If you're not, all you have to do is say no. And I would believe you.
definitely accused you. That was me over here. I definitely did that.
He goes. Well, did I take something that was from you? That you own?
In a way, it was bequeathed to us by a friend.
Oh, well, can you tell me more specific? Because then she kind of reveals like what she's wearing under the clothing. Again, she's wearing like a swashbuckling outfit here, ready to go. And you see, on hanging on her side, like is a rapier, and the guard looks like, or fashioned to look like a full-blown rose.
Luke is secretly thinking about how he wants to sword fight her, but he'll just put his hand on his hilt and say, there was a scroll case. It sounds like you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not in my pocket. You're the only one here. Where is it?
Oh, the scroll case. The scroll case is yours. I'm sorry. I just saw it on the ground. I apologize for that. You probably dropped this and gives you the scroll case.
I'll check it.
It's empty.
Mm.
That
Enough
one is
games.
yours.
Fun, very fun, very funny. Now, you said something very interesting before that you didn't take something that wasn't yours, and true, on a line of possession that's not ours at the end of the day, although the last owner gave it to us, or at least the last known owner. But you say that's somebody else, so maybe we should have a little conversation here before my very large friend over here gets angry.
There's way better ways to get my attention, by the way. Stealing's not really necessary.
See, she's great right now. Fantastic person until anyway, we won't talk about what happens. Let's talk about
And,
your ownership of this.
Mhm. And yeah, you point at Riska. This person just looks at Riska and then just gives like a smile, just a bright smile, with you. No words, no nothing, and then turns back to everyone and says, "Well, this scroll that you have, I don't know if it's really yours, but I saw my sister when I touched it."
Mm-hmm. Is your sister 6 feet under the ground?
More like vanish under a well somewhere, probably. But
I'm sorry to hear
either
that.
way, yes. But you know what? I heard what happened between you and that stupid prick, Cantos person.
Yeah.
All I want to say is, I want in.
Huh. You seem
Well-
capable.
If you wanted to be friends, you could have just asked us. You didn't have to take our things.
I mean, to be honest, it was. I barely noticed it happened. It was a pretty, like, as far as a calling card, not terrible. Although, I'm going to have to insist that we get that scroll back. One way or another, we have to have a discussion about whether we can take on another mouth.
She holds up the scroll towards your direction, John, and says, "Am I in?"
The truth is, we don't even know if we can split whatever we're talking about. We don't know exactly what it does. We don't know if there's going to be any reward.
Wow. I know some
like
people.
If I grab that, does she let go of it without?
She's not. Like, it will rip. if you force it,
I don't
but yeah.
tug real hard. Like
Yeah,
just
but-
enough to know that she's not there yet, and I won't let
Who
go
do
either.
you know? Who do you know?
I know a lot. I know that you also and then reads the Orcish decks. You need the blood of the High King.
Oh, you have some
I
of
can-
that?
You know what? I can summon it.
Oh,
Part of my
Excuse me?
skills. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh. Well, that would have been a way better opener.
Oh, I wouldn't have known all of that if I got in the scroll.
Maybe, should we just? What's your name? Who are you? Could I ask? Just
While holding the scroll in one hand, she goes with her left hand, which is an awkward way to shake hands with someone. She goes, "Lynn. You can call me Lynn."
Lynn.
Yes.
What
I'm
would
just
you-
wandering around different islands of the Moonshays, trying to check what's going on. And this one looks fun until I encountered, kind of shakes the scroll a little bit, and like she's teasingly. Yep.
Just okay. You're in. You're in. You're in. Just let go. Don't rip it.
All right, and then she lets
Thank
go.
you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Luke, would you please tie down or something that scroll case of yours? Don't lose this
I want
again.
to make sure it's the real thing. Like, Ariane was like, let me check.
Yep.
Make
Yeah.
sure.
It has that annoying arcane presence of Flamstered on that scroll. So.
Recognize that anyway. So, back to the thing you said a minute ago about summoning. How do you summon blood? Is that like a spell?
You can say that. Yeah.
What would you say?
And then she was awkwardly quiet for like a few seconds. And
Well,
since-
I'd like John to give an example. Would it be a spell like this, and he'll rattle off detect thoughts?
detect thoughts. She
Just as an example of a spell, it looks like this. Blah, 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 blah.
and detect thoughts.
Is that you casting it? Is the idea?
Are you casting it on her?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can
Okay.
use suggestion if we want to get nasty.
And I'm doing it as an example. 'Cause I'm not trying to hide anything about it. I'm just throwing it off.
One thing that That's I'm reading detect magic, not detect.
Surface thoughts.
Yes,
Is really what I
looking
picked
at the
up.
surface thoughts, and she's talking to someone.
Oh, I hear more than one
Telepathically.
voice, or do I only hear like
No,
one
you
side of the
hear
call?
her, but she's like conversing with another person,
Telepathically, yeah.
and yeah, it's Fey magic. Fey magic.
Mm.
That's how it is. Mm-hmm. Totally Fey magic. So
Your name isn't Lynn Kendrick by chance, is it?
what? No, get out of here.
I had to
Who's
ask.
that?
Is it? Did I hear panic in her head?
Yeah,
when
could we?
that was said?
I'd love to size her up.
I'll take an insight check on it, which I should
Um,
get advantage on.
Actually, let me just check. She needs to make a saving throw on
Saving
this.
throw, yeah.
Yes.
DC 15. My DC is 15, so I will probe deeper.
She got a 4 and says the first thing when Luke, you said Lynn Kendrick, the first thing that pops into her head is see a spy. Like he's talking to someone. John, you can read this. He is spy. He looks like a common folk. How is he a spy? Is he an assassin then? I'd be here to kill you. I know it's a bad idea that I'm here, but I need to check what has happened after the war. You know that. I'm not gonna be contained in Gwinnett. I'm not gonna stay there. I'm here for my people. But they look this guy doesn't look really smart. Doesn't look like an assassin type.
Good thing I can't hear that.
Yeah.
I will then make a slight adjustment and use my psionic mind to let Luke know, that he needs to diffuse and show as much as he like. Try and diffuse her. You're not a threat as much as you can. Go.
Look, it never hurts to have another hand on the job as long as they don't hold us up. So, if you speak true and your intentions are good, we'd be happy to work with you. But you've got to mean well. We are here to do good.
Like I said, I just want in and get a split of whatever we're getting. Fair split.
I mean, you're in, so fair split.
All right. I introduce myself. I don't know who you are. So.
Oh, sorry. Jean de Mol, producer of Fine Stories, and this one is turning out to be an interesting one. We're going to have to, if you will, of course, allow it, have a much deeper conversation later.
Mm-hmm.
Risk
And
John's bodyguard.
what a fine bodyguard do you have. Okay.
Thank you. He is the finest.
And points at Luke. What do you do? Are you the cook in this party?
You could say that. I'm Luke McKean. I'm, well, I'll bring the flavor if that's what you mean.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And if your detect thoughts is still on, John,
I was
hear like
just checking. It goes for a minute.
yeah, he goes like ugh.
I'll say, if you lift a finger against us, you'll get my rapier in return. That I promise.
Hand on Luke. Just we don't worry. We're okay here. You don't have to worry about us or anybody else that might be threatening you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Arianne's been studying this woman the whole time, and she's like, "Oh, we're doing introductions. Okay, well, I'm Arianne, apprentice to the wizard Flamstead. Here he is, a little annoying, my mentor. This little spirit appears there. Yeah, I'm just here to help."
Mm-hmm. And yeah, looks at you, Edwina. Mm-hmm.
I'm probably in the middle of telling the server to like wrap up 4 more pies for us. Like, don't make a big, just like, wrap them up, and I'm gonna take them with us because we're not coming back tomorrow. Oh, sorry. Edwina, Relier, I at your service. I am a knight. With the sisters of whatever. At your service. Hello, nice to meet you.
A knight of what? A knight? Who do you serve?
This. Do you want me to say something specific?
Well,
Does
I
she
just
want
want.
to
You said
resist?
you're a knight, so
Well, yes, I'm a
whose
sister
oath
of
are you under?
Sonoria.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's a. You can see
She
my
looks at your.
outfit kind of like the.
Yeah, she looks at your ears and then.
Well, it's a long story. I was sort of an acquisition. I was adopted. It's a long story, but I am an actual full-fledged knight. I have all my paperwork. I can show you.
Okay, so that armor is not stolen.
No, what? No.
No, she
Why?
really does
Why
have the
would I?
paperwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you so you're not a thief? Is that right?
No.
Do you feel bad when you're asked that question? Now, 'cause
Well,
I was-
yes, because I feel like hello, look at me. Of course, I'm a hero.
Okay. Well, you asked the same question to me moments ago.
Well, but you were all with your hood and everything, and I didn't know if you were being.
And you also had
sneaky.
just stolen from us, so I feel like it's
That's
kind of
true.
a little
You took
different.
something.
Yeah.
As I'm
You
like
do.
putting the pies in my duffel, like you took something.
Yes, and Lynn, you do seem awfully distracted when we ask you a question.
Hmm. Well, the thing here is this scroll that you have is ancient, I would say. It's very old. It has a history with the High Kings, and it's supposed. I think this is a map.
I mean, those are words. That's not how maps work.
So, how'd you put that together? Because you've had it for like a minute, and I didn't see you even looking at it very closely. I mean, it took me like 10 minutes to figure that out.
I've seen something like this before. Not in Orcish though. Orcish is the Orcish scroll map is very rare. So this is the first time I've seen it, but it these wordings I can't read everything. Some of these are not legible anymore, but the space over here there's supposed to be a space for a map or something, but we need the High King's blood, or at least royal blood, to be able to activate it.
What do you know about this this chalicey business? Do you know what that actually is? Like how it works, or where it's from, or you know?
She goes and says, "What I know is it can bring my sister back here with me, and we can finally be happy together." Supposedly.
Aw.
That's nice.
And you can connect to this Lou as if you know what she just experienced, and that's where she's basing her answers from. So we find this cup, yeah, and should be good. Now, royal blood. Any one of you have access to it?
I used to, but I kind of forgot it somewhere. It was a story. No, who has access to that?
Well, as I said, I've got some skills. I got some fey magic in me. So, are we really gonna do this here, or?
I mean, do you got a space or?
We have
That's
room.
why people are probably gonna get upset if we summon a bunch of blood in the middle of the dining
Yeah, we
area
should go
here.
somewhere
So.
secret where we can eat these pies.
Yes.
Well,
Secret eating.
who has the biggest room here?
Not me.
Ooh, about that. We
We have one
actually
more
get
night.
the night. We have the night. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah. Lead
We
us
all
to your
didn't get
room.
the same room. Amazing.
Yeah, you all got. Yeah, you got different rooms. But if you got like, I want to know here if somebody here took advantage and got like a suite or something. Got like the biggest room they had to offer.
The small person didn't need that. Thank you.
Okay. With like a public, a private bath area and something. Yeah. She goes, well, let's go to one of your rooms and I'll show you.
Let's go.
Sure.
Reels just goes to you, Adrina. Are you sure 4 is enough? I can bake some more. Anything else you want?
Okay, well, how many could you get done by dawn?
You know what? I can probably have like 5 more done.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
Oh, we
That
should
works
be
for
good.
me. Whatever you can, for heroes such as ourselves, whatever you are able to do is greatly appreciated.
Yes. Oh, and don't worry. I can handle Cantos. You won't be charged a thing. And I'm earning a lot from this. So no worries.
Great. Then
Okay.
also wrap up a couple bottles of that blood wine too, because that stuff
Mhm,
is
yeah.
great. And you know
One
what's
of
really
everything to the room,
Dip
please.
pie in the blood wine? I know it's
Uh-huh.
like not classy, but it's delicious. It's really good.
Okay. Well, when you have the time to visit then I can show you around some of the best places where you can get more of those. You know.
Sounds
All right.
great.
Okay. All right. And
Road trip.
uh
I don't think the rest of us were invited. That's not how that sounded to me.
all right. And then yep. So you go to one of your rooms and
John has a really nice room all the time, always. So
I really probably John would have actually probably taken advantage of such
Yeah.
things. If there was a bigger room that he could have gotten, it's kind of the treatment he's used to.
okay. And she goes and says, well, you don't all have to look at me while I do this. You do whatever you have to do. I'm just
So we're all deeply curious. I am
I've
taking
never
notes.
I
seen
think we're all
someone
gonna.
use blood
I'm like
magic
cutting
before,
slices
so
and handing out pie as we're sitting down to watch whatever's this.
right over here.
and then you can see her like trying to figure things out, how she's gonna do this, what's the approach before going and saying she closes her eyes, have her hands like close together, and she prays. And she goes, the power of the trees, power of the Feywild. If you are here, Teak the Great, get what we need. Get, and you can see that there's pauses as she's trying to chant whatever the spell is. Get the royal blood that we need. Not a lot, just enough for this magical scroll that we have in front of us. If you're listening, yes, I'm willing to accept some pain, but not a lot. And then pauses, like, and then she just repeats it like this chant. And then she winces a little bit, and then blood just from the ground. Actually, not from the ground, just kind of from one of her leg. For Lug and John, you could see it, passive perception. You could see it just kind of gathering in one area in front of her right leg, and then just moving up in between her hands. And it goes, perfect. Peak the powerful, perfect. That's the right amount. Now, if you give us your blessing, just drop it on the scroll. And then the blood just splashes on the spell scroll.
Ooh, that was more than I thought we would have needed. My goodness.
And Lynn goes, yep, that's more than. She just sighs and goes, and it reveals something on the map. And it looks like an interior map of a castle. And it says there, Castle of Skulls.
Roll credits.
Would
Do we
have
know
been
anything
perfect.
about that place or the legend?
You could roll me history check, and Luke, you get advantage as well.
Thank you.
I feel like in the background of this happening, Edwina is just like, isn't that amazing that we needed royal blood and we stumble upon the one person who just has it on hand? Isn't that what a
I find
coincidence?
I find these storybook kind of coincidences happen way more frequently than you actually think.
Hmm.
Special things happen around special people, and we're all kind of
Yeah.
special,
I
so
think that
makes
you're
sense.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Aryan Win, are you flying right now?
I am
that was a
because
really messed up prayer, though, wasn't it? That
I'm
was like really.
observing what's going on from above. Yes, because I can't see
You
over everybody else. So I'll do tall.
in this area with the
Mm.
wind and everything, it feels like there's another set of wings that's in this room.
Mm. Aha. What? How do I want to do this? Um, I'll be like, so who else? Mm, how do I want to do this? Do I want to try and maybe I'll do this. Hold on for a minute. I'm looking at a
Sure.
spell description. Any creature in the area of spells cast. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Oh.
Oh,
Does no damage, but
Mhm.
if they even invisible creatures, if they fail a deck save, they get outlined in light. Spell save DC is 18.
That's not a good
Which
story.
they failed. And with that, Lynn yells out, "Wait, no!" And with the fairy fire, reveals a sprite flying next to Lynn. And this sprite has a tiny blade that's covered in blood. Uh,
Yeah, she took it out of her own leg.
he goes, "Damn it, Deke. You're not supposed to show yourself. Like, you were too obvious." The sprite goes, my lady, I tried to do your instruction. It's not very clear. There's room for improvement in terms of acting, perhaps. I mean, no disrespect, my lady. Again, I'm here as your sword and your knight, uh, together with Schnitzel Fritz, but we need to improve on how we do things if we don't want to,
Who's Snitzel Fritz?
wait a minute. Something's off here.
yeah. What's wrong? That's nothing wrong. Uh, and he's trying to slow himself down as he talks, and try to change. But yeah, I'm Sertik. Call me, yes, you could call me Sertik. I am. Uh, then he stops. I am Lynn's bodyguard. Fine
Ooh,
bodyguard.
A sir
Yes.
serving as a bodyguard to just anybody? Huh. Okay.
Mm.
weird.
Yeah,
And that
why not?
blood, the royal blood, you drew it from her leg?
No, it's been on my sword for a long time. You can obviously tell that he's lying, as the blood on the tiny sword that he's holding is still fresh, and
Right. Did
uh,
the scroll changed though? Didn't it?
the scroll changed, and yes, now you see an interior map that leads to just what looks like a
Castle
half
of
a
Skulls.
sphere. Yeah. So um like in a room that has that symbol. And the words Castle of Skull is written on it. And those who rolled the history check, anybody here got 15 or higher?
Exactly 15.
Nice.
Or
Good.
I have
all
a plus
right.
8. It helps.
With a 15, it's this is mostly like children's stories on some parts of the Moonshade Isles being told as, to scare people away, that if they do something bad, then they'll get beheaded and their skull will be taken to the Castle of Skulls. So you don't want to do bad things. But
Okay.
uh since you are an apprentice of Flamstead, you've also remembered that there were some books that you've encountered that mentions the Castle of Skulls.
Mm.
Um, that the people that live here now in the Moonshays, they came from different places, and the Northlanders, when they arrive here, they tried to conquer different parts of the Moonshay Isles. And those that live here already, the folk, um, they tried to defend their land. And as part of intimidation, they built this castle made of skulls, made of the skulls of the enemies of folk. And one of the high kings, actually, in which Lynn just kind of whispers together as you remember this. High King Gwelok Kimrick. So one of the high kings who ordered to build this castle and transferred the seat of power to the Castle of Skull during his rule. So, but something happened, and that's not on you. You haven't read that part of whatever happened afterwards in that castle, because right now the High King, they're in the island. They now reside in the High King, House Kendrick rather, now resides in the island of Alaron in Cair Caladir. So they're not in the Castle of Skulls. Now, and yeah, and you heard Lynn mention that too, and he goes,
I'll ask Lynn. So you seem to be, I don't know, connected to this tale. Do you know where the castle is? This Castle of Skulls?
No, not specifically. But
how about unspecifically?
It's
and how about you get unspecific real fast here, because we are getting a little tired of your shenanigans.
They're shenanigans.
And he goes, look, I know what you're thinking. I cannot say it. We'll just keep it with, whatever you're thinking. Let's just assume that's right. But I cannot verbally say that. Or it's not just me that's going to be in
blood magic, can you?
her mouth is just open. Is just, I can't. No, I'm sorry. And then she just kind of pulls up her pant leg a little bit, and then just kind of rub the small slash that was, Peek, that hurt.
Is the Castle of Skulls traditionally on the Isle of Moray?
No, because the children's story that I've heard about the Castle of Skull, usually those are in settlements in the island of Gwynedd. And Teak goes, yeah, isn't there a mention of, remember our friends, the Fusas? They mentioned it. They likely mentioned that it's in their forest, so we can talk to them.
Does Arianwin recognize that word, Fusa?
You don't. No need to do the check. You do not. They're not Fae. They're not. And they're not openly out as well. And really, we have to go back to Gwynedd already. I don't want to. Aren't we supposed to check every island to make sure everything's okay? Everybody's rebuilding okay and no problems and so forth, and the Ancili Fae, the Ancili Court, all that stuff. And then Sir Teak goes, yes, Lynn, but I thought this is important for you. As you mentioned, you saw your sister here. And plus you agreed with these fine adventures here that you're part of their team now. So
we got to talk about that contract actually after this interaction.
I guess. And then you can now see a bit of desperation in her tone of voice. She goes, please, this can bring back my sister. I'll give you any reward you want.
It's going to bring back a lot of people, but I somehow doubt you have a reward that we really want.
But no. But didn't she have, like royal blood? I mean, isn't that like a thing? Doesn't that
That's
mean like,
How much
you
is
know,
still like there available for us to
blood
scoop up?
spot.
I don't want the blood, silly. I want what royal people have. Like access to really great libraries. That's what you all want, right?
Libraries? No, not at all.
No, well,
But, I am gonna say in this mysterious woman's defense, she could have just like stole the scroll and got away before any of us noticed, but she hung out and waited for us to do this with her, and she clearly didn't need us to do that. So I'm
It's the
just
right thing
saying,
to
maybe
do.
don't
We
screw
already
her
said
over.
we would help.
Yeah, and it's not like we have any more work here. Somebody got us fired.
Yeah, I'm currently the only one employed,
Uh,
and John's gonna run out of money to pay me because he got himself fired. So
in a while, maybe, but no, this will be fine. This is a much better hook anyway than everything.
Look,
Building
I
roads
have
with
I have
coming up with stories.
resources. I think you have an idea who I am. As I mentioned, I cannot verbally mention who I am.
Mhm.
Why I technically this is not an official visit here in this island, so
Yes, are you a
under the
spy?
not,
thing.
You were thinking really hard earlier about being spies and being really worried about being spies. So are you a
I
spy?
thought there were spy. No, but I'm pretty sure everyone in this village is, a spy except probably us.
Oh,
So
the Omnish,
Uh,
Omnians.
yeah. So if you want a library, looks to the fairy. I give you access to the libraries of Carador, which is again where the royal members, the Fey royal members of the kingdom of Sarifal is at. And
I like her. You know that?
look, and if you want gold, I'll give you gold. If you want an audience I heard you two are bards, that I can give you like a wide audience. Also, I'll give you access. It will be easier to access the island of Sarfall, as she's Gwyneth to most of people. If I'm with you, because again, it's an island that is ruled by the Fae. So I have a lot of Fae friends. You can say that.
What do we think, people?
Come
I
on.
think we've got to claim the chalice, and if this is our way to do it, by hell, we better do it.
Lacking any better ideas, I think this is all we have. Although it is getting a bit on the late, and we would like to sleep on it.
Great. Can I sleep here?
I don't know. Could you afford it?
And no, actually, I don't have any coins with me. That's why I've been staying on that table.
You know what? Actually, you know what? You could stay in this room. This is my room, but you have to deal with the blood here.
I'll clean
it
it up.
Problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you had said it was going to be this much blood,
I did not say
it
it should be that much blood. She looks at the
That's
sprite.
not hero there at this point. The fact is, the blood is all here, and this is just unacceptable for me. I'll just go crash with Riska, and it'll be fine.
He does not like blood.
No, I do not. It is a lot there too.
Sorry. And yep. What's this? They start cleaning that up together with Sir Teak. And very grateful that you give them this room. Yeah, tomorrow then can have that. So is there anything else you would like to do before you take a long rest? Because come morning, you're evicted. You're gone.
Well, Edwina's got the pie situation on lock.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to. You know, and I'm going to set an alarm. I have the internal clock of, a Swiss watch, so I'm going to just be sure to wake up at exactly the right time so that I can get downstairs, stock up on pies before we technically check out.
Okay.
Important.
Ooh. Jean would like to go down to some of the wait staff, whoever is known to be the night staff or overnight staff.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to slip one of them 5 gold pieces and with instructions to come to Riska's room and wake both of us immediately if the John's old door to that room opens at any time during the night.
Of course, my lord. Tells you with the 5 gold.
Uh-huh.
They do like weird gestures and stuff. Yes.
No
Wishes are
bowing, no
commanded.
anything on the down low. This is just between us. I'm in that room with Riska. Immediately, I cannot stress that enough. Immediately come and find us should that door so much as open this evening.
Okay. Roll me insight, please.
You got it, boss.
Mhm.
With my +8, I rolled a 10.
A 10. All right. Yeah, and they seem like they're very happy that you give them 5 gold and like they're willing to do anything. You mentioned for 5 gold pieces.
It's no more, no less than what I asked.
Okay. And yep, they're watching. They're just gonna watch and make sure that that door doesn't open. And if it does, they'll knock on your door.
Beautiful.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna take him up on that hot bath before we leave because I don't know when the next one's gonna be, and I still got a fair amount of millbog all over me. So.
All right. Okay. You do that.
Yeah, I think
and-
Lou will just stay up late in the common space, and pull out his what's this called? His fiddle, Dogda's fiddle, and just be playing a song, whether people are listening or not, remembering, thinking to the future about when he'll potentially see his love again.
Mhm. And you sing that song. You look at the fire as you sing a song, play your instrument. You see that large spot by the fire. Remember again this person who can't boil potatoes. And yeah, she's clumsy at that. She doesn't really know how to cook good food, but at everything else, she's for you at least. She's the best, you know. And as you do that, everything else becomes quiet. Aryan, would you like to do something before a long rest?
No.
Mm-hmm. You notice as well, Aryan, that this whole time your mini Flamsterd is just quiet.
Yeah, I might want to interrogate him. I don't actually know if he actually knows much because he's the spirit of the magical arcane grimoire I stole from his
Uh-huh.
library.
Yeah. So, but you take your long rest. The next thing that wakes you up is the voice of a jerk and says, "Where are they? Are they still here? I'm not paying for another day of them staying here, Rilsa. Remember that. Just tally everything. I need them gone. I have new people that can manage the road work, and they'll be here at noon. So better, those rooms should be clean. Okay, get them out of here." And the way he just yells at everyone, you can hear it at every room. And yeah, the sun hasn't risen yet. But yeah. You see Lynn come out of the door and immediately, like someone running up the stairs towards your room, John, knocking. Sir.
Oh, okay.
Sir,
Yep. There's a lot of loud things. Yep. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
The
you.
door you mentioned open up.
Yep.
And yeah, so,
Immediately up and sticking my head out for all of the nonsense.
Okay. All right. Oh, am I being evicted? But this is the first. I'm supposed to be here.
Till
No?
now. No, we're done. It's time to go.
Okay.
Don't worry, everybody else will be coming out very shortly. One of them is going to be incredibly angry.
Okay. So you all pack your things until you're all ready to meet up just outside of Trader's Bed Inn. And Now you're all together. Sun slowly rising. Lynn looks at you all and says, "What now?"
To Gwyneth.
Oh,
Mhm.
Gwyneth is another island.
Okay, so maybe we should get passage to Gwyneth. That's probably a much better start.
Right. Do you know any of again, Cork is a has a dock, it's a port town, so you can any chance you know any of the sailors here, the merchant vessels?
I know a merchant. He doesn't like us very much, though.
We make friends everywhere we go, so I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I see. Okay.
Everybody loves Luke. He can kind of get whatever he wants around here, it seems like. So
I probably know a person or two.
Okay. You go there. You meet some of the go to the docks, and yeah, you see people there early. Just unloading and loading crates, barrels, and everything. Rilsa was kind enough to give you all like 4 hand kegs, like small kegs of blood wine. So just for safe travels. And also again, it's charged to your previous employer. So
I have my
no need
wooden crate full. I've got like 8 pies as we're leaving here. I've got so many.
And you by the dock, you see a lot of sailors, a lot of workers unloading and loading stuff from their ships. Most of them are Omnian trade vessels. And yeah, what do you all want to do?
Well,
Whichever worker seems like they're having the worst day, I'm gonna give them a pie.
Aww.
Okay. They go, this person goes, "Holy crap. It's lemon
Okay,
pie?"
bye. I'm not trying to. I just
Wait.
giving out a pie. What?
Lemon pie. And then he goes to his other co-workers.
Mhm.
Holy crap, do you know how expensive this is? Should we sell it? No, I think we should eat it. And yeah, they start feasting on this melon pie that you gave, and they just wave at you and says, "We didn't get your name."
I guess I could walk back over instead of yelling like this. I'm just gonna
just call her the goddess of pies.
The goddess of pies. They're like, "Thank you, goddess of pies." Isn't
That's
that the one that Lucas was talking about? The one that's staying at Trader Sped?
Nope.
Yeah, the really good looking one. Yeah, that's
What is
the-
happening?
okay.
Nope. I don't know.
All right, and you go back. Okay, you're now here at the docks. Workers, some of them are happy now because they got melon pie and they saw the goddess of pie.
So can we book passage? Do we have to pay, hire a boat?
He goes, definitely. You can ask. You can ask one of them if
Who wants to take us to Gwyneth? Is it closed? Are we not supposed to go there?
Gwyneth that's ruled by the Fae right now. So unless you have a contract of a permit that
But I'm
allows you
Fae.
to trade, well, you can fly there if you want.
Ooh. I mean, ouch.
I gotcha. Okay. I don't know how this works.
And when you do that, Lynn comes back and shows her signet ring to some of the sailors here and says, "This should be enough for us to dock at the island of Gwyneth. Actually, my friends here will pay, right? You will pay." She looks at you. She has no money.
We'll take your cut out of the share, or your share out of the cut.
Yeah, no, I'm noting this for later.
Okay, yes, but we'll pay you the appropriate fee, but we want you to drop us at the ruins of Pont Swain. Don't let us go all the way to Cair Cornwall. I don't want any swan ships to see us landing in the island. Just get us to the ruins of Pontswain, and these friends of mine will pay handsomely. Um, and it goes, all right, 5 people, 1 crate, and then some wines as well.
I thought this was duty free.
No, my lady.
So they charge you we're getting charged extra when you bring the crate. It's the extra luggage now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like they just
Okay,
charge you for that.
no. I'll just stack the pies up in my arm and toss the crate over my shoulder. No. I'll carry him. I'll carry him.
I don't think that's how it works. The weight will still be the same, but
Oh.
I suggest you put it back at the crate.
I've got a
You know,
proposition
plus-
for you. On our
Oh.
journey, I'll write a ballad about you that the people will be singing all across the islands. Surely that could be worth something.
Okay.
What's your name?
He goes to you and says, Alwyn.
Alwyn. Yes, that's got a good ring to it. I can think of a few good rhymes with that.
No. I don't want you to write songs about me. Actually, I haven't agreed to anything. Why am I saying this?
How much money does it cost so we can pay you and get our passage on the boat?
Well, since this doesn't look official, plus we're smuggling goods from one island to another.
That's not smuggling. Who said we
Here,
just
get
don't?
in peace pie.
Looks at
hear-
the moon pie. And,
Let's hear the number first.
I'll close it at 600 gold pieces. That should be.
Oh, hey,
Um,
about that.
That's quite a lot of money.
Do you know how much in the open market? Like 50 gold pieces is a very cheap price for a lemon pie. And you have a whole crate of them there.
Wait a minute. Why are we talking
Oh, we didn't
about
pay for these pies.
These pies were
Part of the
part of
contract.
excuse
they
me.
paid for it.
No.
Plus, you have blood wine. I'm assuming from as well. Shipped from based on
What would
the
it be just for
handshake.
5 for 6 people? 1, 2, 3. Us the people, none of the goods.
6 people. None of the goods. I can reduce it to half price if it's just people, but no rooms. You'll stay just the storage area below deck.
And do you take wine and pies and
We heard these are very valuable and quite delicious, to be honest.
Oh, that will work. You know what? 250 gold pieces for all of you, 6 of you. We take all the
And we-
goods, the pies, the wine, everything. And this fine gentleman here will sing a song about our ship, the Brown Waters. A good song.
No.
We might need to gild the lily on that name a bit.
Yeah.
Well, my grandfather named this ship, and we'll be trying to find a way to, earn some renown, get more clients. But they see the name, they don't want it. But it's bad luck to change the name of the ship. So if you can come up with a good song about brown waters, then I can probably give you a discount more.
I'm going to produce a small satchel and put 500 gold down in front of this individual.
All right. Okay. You do that.
How about we just agree on this and stop talking about it, and we get on the boat and nobody touches anybody's pies?
How much? How much did you give? Sorry.
100?
500, yes. Not
Well, the
5.
original price is 600, so I still
Yeah,
need
I know.
100
I'm
more.
gonna try and just bat my eyelashes into this one. I'm gonna try here because I
How
really
about
just want to
5
get on the boat.
500? You keep all the goods, but we get that song,
Okay, that sounds fair.
and we own the song.
Oh, I can't. I'm not a.
What do you
Looking
think,
at
Luke?
Luke.
That is not how that
Entertainment.
works. You
Can
don't
they
get the
own your
rights in
song?
perpetuity.
All right.
We'll talk about it on the way.
Okay. And so Luke, do you agree with this? What's the plan?
I'm in for it. Whatever you say. We've got to
Okay.
do what we've got to do.
All right. You board the ship together with Lynn and everyone else, and then you sail from the island of Moray down to the center. Actually, not down. Yeah, the center island of Gwyneth, or also known as the Fey Kingdom of Saraphel. And as you arrive here, I think this is a good way for us to end this episode.
What? We made it out in the end. We were making progress.
Nice.
2 episodes in, we're not yet at the Castle of Skulls, but we're getting there.
But
This should
we did
be.
maintain the pies, and I think that's really at the end of the day more
Yeah,
important.
really.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could actually go back and like have an episode where we just start shopping.
But yeah, see us next time, episode 3, as we continue. What happens in Gwyneth? Will we find the Castle of Skulls? Tune in next time, and see you, everyone. Bye-bye. All right.
Thank you for joining us and watching Moonshae Isles Castle of Skulls. To find out more about the Moon Thank you for joining us and watching Moonshae Isles Castle of Skulls. To find out more about the Moonshaes or play through the Rising Shadows storyline that precedes this adventure, please check out moonshaes.com. That's MOONSHAES.com. Thank you, and may the Earth Mother preserve and protect you.